Good evening and a warm welcome to all educators joining us today. On behalf of CENTA, we are delighted to have you with us for another insightful session in our ongoing CENTA webinar series for teachers, a space where passionate educators come together to learn, reflect, and grow professionally. Your presence and participation continue to inspire us as we build a stronger, more empowered teaching community. And we are thrilled to say that we have come up with an initiative to make this space more structured towards learning, reflection, and growth. We have restructured the approach based on the center standard that is globally recognized and widely acknowledged. We will share more information towards the end of the session. Now, it is our pleasure to introduce the facilitator for this transformative session, Kapil Batra. Mr. Batra is an educationist, professional speaker, CBSE resource person with over 25 years of experience in teaching economics and business studies. He has conducted more than 120 workshops and has mentored thousands of teachers and students across schools and educational institutions. He is known for his result oriented and student centric approach. He has consistently guided learners to achieve district and national level academic success. Actively involved in teacher capacity building and academic leadership initiatives, he also runs the popular digital learning platform on YouTube and Instagram, where he provides academic guidance, career counseling, and commerce education to learners across India. Now back to the session. Welcome, sir, once again, and over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, everyone. I'm Kapil Batra. First of all, I want to thank the Center organization for giving me this opportunity to speak. Today, our session is about Beyond the Chalkboard strategies for stress-free teaching. Let's explore easy and effective way to make teaching more enjoyable and less stressful. So, without wasting time, let us start. Let me begin with the question. When I mention the word stress, what the first thing that comes to your mind? I repeat, when I mention the word stress, what the first thing that comes to your mind? Please type your response in chat box. I'm eager to see your thoughts. Pressure, confused, frustration, how to manage. Acha, but please listen, don't write the name of your husband, wife, or mother in law. Let's keep it safe. Okay, wonderful. Unable to handle excessive workload, panic, anger, tension. Great, great, great. Confusion. Wonderful, wonderful. Great audience, that's wonderful. When I spoke about the stress, and you are giving me whatever coming in your mind, more paperwork. Yeah, what? Great, great. Body pain. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, I start my session with this story. Look at this picture and relate to the story. Once upon a time, a sage was wandering through the forest when suddenly a lion began to chase him. The sage ran, and eventually he reached the edge of a cliff. With no way forward, he spotted a vine and hung on it, dangling over the abyss below. As he hung there, he looked upon and saw a mouse slowly nibbling at the vine. Below there was a deep chasm, and above the lion still roared. In that moment, he noticed a strawberry hanging from the vine. He picked the strawberry, tasted it, and he said, "Aha, how delightful." This scene teaches us a valuable lesson. The line behind him represents the past, the abyss below represents the future, and the mouse labeling and the wine represent time passing by. The strawberry is the present moment. Often we get confused, we get caught up in the past or worry about the future, and we forget to enjoy the present. So, moral is to be stress free, live in present, enjoy the strawberries of life, and not let the past or future rob you of your peace. My dear, this is the major problem. We forget to enjoy the present. When we discuss to some old people, usually think about the past. They talk about the past. When we talk to the young people, they are worried about the future. Nobody enjoying the present. Who is enjoying the present? Only kid. Kid is enjoying the present moment. Whatever situation, he is enjoying. He's getting toy, he's happy. He's not getting toy, he's getting some toffee, some chocolate, he's okay. So, my dear, please understand one thing. We enjoy the present, live in the present if you really want to be stress free. So, well, I proceed with my session. Understanding stress. What is the stress? My dear, there is no single definition of the stress because stress is different for everyone. Something fun for you might be stressful for someone else. For example, you might enjoy traveling, but your friend might find it stressful. It's a personal to each of us. If you ask me, sir, what is the definition of stress? So, very simple definition. Stress is a natural feeling of not being able to cope up with specific demand, change, and event. When in a present situation we are not able to cope up, stress comes, we become stressed. And my dear, now tell me one thing. Do you think there is any kind of positive stress or stress is always negative? Yes. Anybody can. Stress is always positive or stress can be negative. Always negative. Yes. Yes. Anybody answer? Stress is always positive or negative. What do you think? Okay, let me explain. My dear, stress can be positive as well as negative. Usually, when we talk about stress, we think stress is always negative. My dear, stress can be also positive, and positive stress is called eustress. It's beneficial, motivating, and often linked with excitement and fulfillment. Sometimes you feel stressed but also happy. For example, when you start with a new job, my dear, you are joining a new job, you are excited but little bit worried. New tasks, new people, yet overall you are happy about the opportunity. So it means you are stressed, but still you are happy. The stress is good. It is positive stress. Take one more example. Take your example of your child wedding. It's one of the happiest moment, but still you are stressed. You are worried about the guests, arrangement, parties. Even with that stress, you are filled with joy because it's your daughter's big day. To mind one thing, stress can be also positive. So many examples. Think of traveling, buying a home, getting promotion, learning hobby, public speaking, your personal goal. They all bring stress, but also excitement. Like me, I was nervous speaking to you all for the first time because I'm coming here first time. But I'm also happy because it's a positive opportunity. That's positive stress. So I think now you understand stress can be also positive. Got it, everybody? Agree with me? Stress can be also positive. Now we move forward. Now we talk about the next aspect. Next is what? When we talk about negative stress, usually when we talk about stress, we always talk about negative stress. Negative stress is called distress. It is not good. It is not good at all for our health, physically, mentally, emotionally. It is not good. Let us have a look at some example of negative stress. For example, it is not good. For example, when we are injured, ill, we feel discomfort, fatigue, and emotional strain. That's distress. Another example, financial problem. If you are struggling with income, managing your family expenses, and feeling overloaded, that's negative stress too. It is not good at all for physical, mental, emotional health. Now let's explore more examples. Let's put more example of some negative stress. For instance, the loss of a family member, unemployment, feeling neglected by others, or dealing with some children's academic challenges, health issues, some legal problems, excessive workload, relationship conflict, such as tension between a parents and a child or between parents, can also contribute to negative stress. So, my dear, here we are to find the solution for this negative stress because it is not good for us. Positive stress is good. We don't need solution for that. Everybody, I think, agree with me. Positive stress is required. If there is positive stress, it's good. But here we are to find out the solution for this negative stress because it is not good for us. Now, I discuss some another common stressor we usually feel. Some common stressor. Look at this picture. The lady is upset because what she thinks. Her sari is not as whiter as her friends. She compares and feel bad. Okay, look at the another picture. Second picture, a parent is unhappy because they think their child is not strong as other kids. Maybe he's not doing exercise properly, he's not eating properly, and that is why parents is unhappy because again comparison. Take another example. This is the example of a student in 10th class, 12th class, maybe 12th class board exam, and now parents worrying, student worried what to do next. After board, what to do? Where to take admission, so many career options, and it is really very important decision and very difficult decision to decide what kind of course he will opt after the board class. Okay, see the another picture. Now the student, after finishing graduation, he worries. What should do now? More study or something else? Study continue, kare, or join some job like that. And another one, the next picture again is a common stressor. It is a picture of a businessman. A businessman is worried sometime if business is not doing well, and if it is doing too well. In both situations, he is worried because if business is so good, he has to fulfill the demand of customer, satisfy the customer. He is stressed, and if business is not running well, again he is under stress. So, my dear, stress comes every time and everywhere, and we have to manage the stress. Now, the next question, why stress management? Why to manage the stress? Now, Upasana ma'am, come here for the poll and ask the question. I invite Upasana ma'am.
Thank you, sir. The poll question will be posted soon, and you can take your time to answer that question. Just give us some seconds. So, the poll question is, which area is most affected when your stress increases? The options are mental focus, physical health, work performance, relationships. Please take your time and answer the poll question. We have had more than 100 responses in this poll question, of which most people, wait, okay, most people have voted mental focus, and the least number of people have said relationships. Sir, over to you.
Okay, wonderful answer by audience. That's wonderful. You answer well and really happy. More than 100 responses come. That's great. And now discuss why stress management. My dear, stress affect mental, physical health as well as relationship. Discuss one by one. First of all, why stress management? My dear, stress affect the mental health. Less stress means less anxiety and depression. When we reduce stress, our mood improves. Without stress, we see life more clearly. It also improves our focus and memory. When we are stressed, we forget things. So if we want strong mental health, we must learn to manage the stress. So I think you understand, for mental health, stress management is really required, deadly required. In fact, I should say it is deadly required for the mental health. And then next one, physical health. I think everybody wants to be physically fit. But for physical health, stress is a danger. If we want to stay healthy, we must manage stress. Stress can cause heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes. When we reduce stress, we lower the risk of these diseases. Being calm also make our immune system stronger. Our immune system becomes stronger when we are stress free. Stress weakens it. Stress also causes headache, muscle tension, and some stomach issues. If we manage stress, we reduce these problems. So being stress free help our body stay healthy. So mind one thing, if you want to be physically fit, so my dear, be stress free. Otherwise, it will definitely affect you physically. And then next one is, my dear, again very, very important for your performance and productivity. My dear, when we are stress free, our performance improves. At work, we do better and feel more satisfied. Students also perform better when they are stress free. Under stress, they can't perform better. Without stress, we are more creative. We solve problem better. When stressed, even small problems feel big. Our mind doesn't work well under stress. So, to be productive and efficient, we must know how to manage the stress. And that is why we are here, so that you will understand how to manage the stress. And in that way, you will increase your performance and productivity. And the next one, why stress management? My dear, for our relationship. You see, these days, relationships are becoming bitter and bitter. And why? Because sometimes we are under stress. If we want better relationship, we must manage stress. Stress harms communication. If we are stressed, we argue more. Today, many relationships struggle only due to stress. Stress makes us talk less, listen less. When stress free, we improve communication. And definitely, when communication improves, conflict will definitely reduce. Stress free living builds empathy. What is empathy? Empathy means understanding others' feeling, think from other perspective, seeing from other eyes, feel from other heart, listen from other ears. That is empathy. When we understand other, we solve the problem in relationship. And without stress, we listen and care more. So being stress free makes relationship stronger because it will enhance empathy, communication, and reduce the conflict. So, my dear, these are the points we should understand why stress management required. And now look at the some stress alarming statistics. My dear, if you look at these statistics, 65% of all Indians suffer from stress. Yes, my dear, stress 65% of people in India have stress problem. Stress makes heart attack four times more likely. In the last 15 years, heart problems from stress have doubled. 53% of urban Indian report that most of their daily routine is affected due to stress. So means stress is really danger for all of us. So we should know how to control, how to manage the stress, and that is why we are here. Now, next, stressor for the teachers. Okay, just think we all are teachers, we all are educators. What are common stressors for we teachers? Think about it. And now, Upasana ma'am, come for the poll question, please.
The poll question for everyone is: how often do you consciously notice your stress triggers at work? The options are almost always, sometimes, rarely, and not sure yet. Let's take 30 seconds to answer our question. 54% of you have said sometimes, while 37% of you have said almost always. Over to you, sir.
Great. Really wonderful audience, and you are giving great answer. And now discuss the stressors of teacher one by one. My dear, for teacher, stress comes from first of all workload. Today workload is very high. Teachers do not just teach. Teachers do not just teach. They plan lesson, check papers, make assignment, talk to parents, and so many other duties in the school. Too many tasks, and definitely these tasks cause the stress. When tasks are too many, it feels hard to finish them, and that lead to stress. It is the first stressor for the teacher. Then another stress for teacher is classroom management. If teachers can't manage the class, they feel stress. Sometimes they are not prepared with the topic. Sometimes students misbehave. The classroom may be uncomfortable, too hot, or stuffy. When the class is not managed well, teachers feel stressed. And another cause, another stressor, student behavior. Yes, student behavior is another cause for the stress. Some students don't listen to the teacher. They don't do their work. Their attitude create discipline problems. When students misbehave, teachers definitely feel stress. And another cause, job security. My dear, job security is the stress for the teacher. Most of the teacher work in private school these days. In private school, job security is low. Even if teacher do well, one mistake can cost the job. This insecurity causes stress. Sometime, next, right? Yeah. Then, sometimes teachers don't have tools they need. They want more, they may want a projector or smart classroom. They might need better furniture or material for activities. Without these resources, they can't teach as they want. And this make them feel frustrated and stressed. Yes, my dear, lack of resources is another stressor for the teacher. Then professional growth. Definitely, every teacher wants professional growth. It is also stress for teacher. Teachers want to improve and get promoted, but sometimes they don't get enough opportunities. When they can't grow professionally, it causes stress. And then high expectation. Yes, my dear, high expectation and the stressor for teacher. These days, high expectations add a lot of stress to teacher. School management often want perfect result like top scorers, school growth. Students have also expectation. They want teachers to finish syllabus fast, give them tests, assignments, and check them immediately. After one test, student asks right away if it is checked, sir. Parents expect everything from teachers too. They think the school should handle all responsibility. So, with constant pressure from management, student, and parents, teachers feel stressed. And another problem, work-life balance. It is a big stress for teachers. Sometimes they bring home problem to school. Other times they bring schoolwork home. They struggle to balance both, and this makes teacher feel overburdened, stressed. Okay, I share one story with you for this work-life balance. There was a man who worked a very stressful job. Every day he came back home with a heavy heart and tired mind. But before he entered his house, he would always stop in his garden by a large mango tree. He would reach out, touch the leaves, and lean down as if he were burying something precious in the soil. Three thieves lived across the street. They watched him every single day. They whispered to each other, "Look at him, he is hiding treasure." Every day he adds more gold to the ground. That night the thieves crept into the garden with shovels. They dug, but they found nothing. The next night they watched again. The man did the same thing. He looked exhausted when he arrived at the tree, but peaceful when he walked away. The thieves dug again. Still, they found nothing. Finally, the thieves were so frustrated they couldn't take it anymore. They walked right up to the man's door and knocked. When the man opened it, the leader of the thieves said, "Listen, we have been watching you. We know you are hiding something under that tree. We dug for 2 nights and found nothing. Now please tell us, where is the treasure?" The man smiled. He didn't look at them with anger, but with pity. "My friend," he said, "I have no gold. I am a simple worker. But my job is full of stress and worries. I love my family and I refuse to bring those heavy worries into my home." He looked forward towards the garden and continued, "If every evening I stop at that tree, I hang my problem on the branches and leave my stress in the dirt. I leave them there so I can enter my home with a smile. This story teaches us a very important lesson about balance. When you go home, leave your school problem at the school gate. Your family deserves your smile, not your stress. When you come to school, leave your home worries at your front door. Your student and your work need your full focus. I think now everybody understand this is work-life balance. We should understand this. Otherwise, we will be in stress, and because we are stressed, our family will also suffer. So this is my dear stressor of the teacher. Now, in the next part of session, now we will discuss the 4 A's to deal the stressful situation. Now we understand what are the stress, what are the stressors, positive stress, negative stress, teacher stress, and why we have to manage the stress. Now, in this part of session, we discuss how to tackle the stress. So there is very simple 4A strategy: avoid, adopt, alter, and accept the stressor. So we discuss it one by one. And first of all, avoid. My dear, to manage stress, we use first A, that is, my dear, avoid unnecessary stress. You know, we don't know how to avoid the stress. Let me discuss one by one. I'm giving you 4 tips to avoid the unnecessary stress. First of all, my dear, one way is to learn to say no. Yes, my dear, learn to say no. Often we say yes to please others, but it can overburden us. If you have too much to do, politely say no. Explain you already have tasks. If you always say yes, you will get stressed. Saying no helps you avoid extra stress. Okay, take some example. If your principal, suppose you are a teacher in a school and your principal gives you a new task, but you already have several. Say, sir, I have already so many tasks pending, I can't take one more. If you just say yes to please the principal, you will be stressed and you will be not able to finish that task well on time. So saying no keeps you balanced. To mind one thing, please learn to say no, but it should be real no. The other person should understand. If you are saying no, so you must have the reason behind that no. Second, you can avoid hot button topics. Yes, my dear, you can avoid hot button topics. You know, if you know certain topic upset someone, don't bring them up. For example, if talking about your in-laws always lead to argument with your spouse, avoid that topic. भाई मेरे को पता है अगर मैंने अपनी वाइफ से उसके घर वालों के बारे में कोई बात की, अपनी साली के बारे में, साले के बारे में, ससुर के बारे में या प्यारी सी सास के बारे में, तो वो नाराज हो जाएगी। तो मैं ये बात उससे कर ही क्यों रहा हूं? ये तो वही बात हो गई, आ बैल मुझे मार, नहीं जोर से मार। तो माइंड वन थिंग, ट्राई टू अवॉइड दिस काइंड ऑफ टॉपिक्स. And okay, we take one more example. If you know, if your friend gets upset when you bring up their past mistake, don't bring them up. In short, if you know certain discussion always lead to stress, don't start them. Don't start them, my dear. This help avoid unnecessary conflict and stress. In short, skip topics that you know will push someone's buttons. I think you understand. Sometimes we initiate other. You we start some topic, and the person again the things come back to us. तो प्लीज ऐसी बातें नहीं करनी, इन हॉट बटन टॉपिक्स को अवॉइड करना है। एंड द नेक्स्ट, अवॉइड पीपल हु स्ट्रेस यू आउट। इफ समवन ऑलवेज स्ट्रेस यू आउट, maybe they tease you or make some rude comments, avoid them when possible. If their presence or attitude always create tension, limit your interaction. This help avoid unnecessary stress from people who drain your energy. Imagine you have a colleague who always criticize your work or make some sarcastic comments. Every time they walk in, your stress spikes. Or maybe there is a relative who bring up your flaws whenever you meet. If you know these people regularly upset you, try to limit time with them. If you must engage, keep it brief or stick to neutral topics. Avoiding their negativity reduces your stress. I think you understand. होते हैं ना कुछ ऐसे लोग जो हमें कहीं ना कहीं स्ट्रेस देते हैं। कोई ऐसी बात छेड़ देंगे, कुछ ऐसा कह देंगे, हम एकदम परेशान हो जाते हैं। तो आप इन लोगों के पास जाते ही क्यों हो? आप इनको अवॉइड करो। भाई मेरे को पता है उस पर्सन के पास जाऊंगा तो कुछ ना कुछ ऐसा वो करेगा, और कई बार कुछ नहीं भी करते, वो देखते ही कुछ इस तरह से है। होता ना कई बार कुछ लेडीज एक जरा सी नजर अपनी ऐसी इमेज बना लेंगी, ऐसी शक्ल बना लेंगी, वो ऐसा ही करेंगी और सामने वाले का मूड खराब हो जाएगा। तो आप ऐसे पर्सन के पास मत जाइए, अवॉइड कीजिए ऐसे लोगों को जो आपको स्ट्रेस देते हैं। एंड देन declutter. Yes, my dear, declutter. If you have too many tasks or items, remove what's not needed. The more you try to control everything, the heavier it feels. Yes, my dear. Focus only on what's important or productive. Let go of unnecessary tasks so you feel lighter and less stressed. Imagine at home, your closet is full of clothes you never wear. Declutter them so your morning are easier. At work, if you try to control every small task, reports, meeting, side project, choose what's essential. For example, focus on key project, not every minor email. By removing unnecessary task or item, you reduce stress and feel more in control. I think you understand. ज्यादा वजन नहीं रखना अपने सिर के ऊपर, उतना ही काम करो जितना कर सकते हो। कई बार बहुत सारी चीजें हम अपने हाथ में ले लेते हैं जो जरूरी नहीं होती है। डेलीगेट कीजिए ताकि आप थोड़ा इजी फील करें और अपने जो मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट काम है उनके ऊपर अच्छे से कंसंट्रेट कर सकें। तो इट वाज द फर्स्ट ए, अवॉइड अननेसेसरी स्ट्रेस। Now we coming to the next A. Next A is alter the situation. Yes, my dear, alter the situation. Express your feeling instead of bottling them up. We must express our feeling. Yes, my dear, instead of locking them inside, express your feeling. Many of us think that being strong means hiding our stress or eating our worries. But when we bottle up our emotion, the pressure only grows. It makes us tired, angry, and sick. It ruins our peace at home and our focus at work. Please share your feeling with others. Instead of hiding your stress, find a way to let it out. Talk to a friend, write it down, or simply acknowledge it. When you express how you feel, the weight becomes lighter. Problems don't grow when they are shared. They grow when they are kept in the dark. I think you understand, my dear. अपनी फीलिंग को एक्सप्रेस करें। कई बार बहुत सारी चीजें अपने दिमाग में रख के बैठे होते हैं और उससे क्या होता है, परेशान कौन हो रहा है? हम परेशान हो रहे हैं, हम दुखी हो रहे हैं। ऐसा मत कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए। जब हम किसी से प्रॉब्लम शेयर करते हैं तो आधी प्रॉब्लम हमारी वहीं खत्म हो जाती है। लेकिन जब उसको दिमाग में रखते हैं, क्या होता है प्रेशर कुकर के साथ, अगर प्रेशर कुकर के अंदर स्टीम बनती रहे बनती रहे बनती रहे, एक टाइम के बाद क्या होगा, वो प्रेशर कुकर फट जाएगा। तो यही हमारे साथ होता है जब हम अपनी फीलिंग को किसी के साथ एक्सप्रेस नहीं करते। तो आप अपनी फीलिंग को शेयर कीजिए, अपने जो भी आपके नजदीकी हैं, जो आपके अपने हैं, आप देखेंगे आपका आधा स्ट्रेस वहीं खत्म हो जाएगा। देन सेकेंड वन इज, माय डियर, बी विलिंग टू कॉम्प्रोमाइज। यस माय डियर, कई बार कॉम्प्रोमाइज करना बहुत अच्छा होता है। व्हेन वी फेस sorry when we face stressful situation, one key way to reduce that stress is to be willing to compromise. Yes, compromise करना कई बार बहुत अच्छा होता है। For example, let's say you are stuck in traffic and you are running late. Now you are under stress. Instead of getting frustrated and stressed, you can compromise by accepting the situation because it is not in your hand. Maybe listening to calming music or art or a podcast, whatever you feel good. That way you reduce your stress and keep a positive mindset. It's all about adapting and being flexible with the circumstances. यस, कई बार कॉम्प्रोमाइज अगर हम कर लेंगे तो हमारा स्ट्रेस वहीं पे खत्म हो जाएगा, बहुत कम हो जाएगा। लेकिन हम कई बार कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं करते हैं तो स्ट्रेस में रहते हैं। आप देखो ना, हस्बैंड वाइफ का रिलेशन होता है, यू आर नॉट इन पोजिशन टू चेंज। अब आपको जैसा कंपेनियन मिल गया वैसा, बहुत अच्छे हैं, सारे अच्छे होते हैं, हमें उसको जैसा है एक्सेप्ट करना पड़ेगा, कॉम्प्रोमाइज करना पड़ेगा, एंड डेफिनेटली हमारा स्ट्रेस वहीं खत्म हो जाएगा, कम हो जाएगा। लेकिन हम कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं करेंगे, चीजों को दिमाग में रखेंगे तो स्ट्रेस बढ़ता चला जाएगा। एंड द थर्ड वन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, मैनेजिंग योर टाइम बेटर। Yes, my dear, managing your time well is a key to reducing stress. Often we leave important tasks until the last minute, and which causes stress. Simple trick is to prioritize your tasks. Yes, my dear, I'm giving you tip to manage your time better. Prioritize your tasks in three categories. First, things that are urgent and important. Second, things that are important but not urgent, like exercising, reading books. And third, things that are neither urgent nor important, like watching TV, scrolling through social media. By focusing on the most urgent and important tasks first, you avoid stress. The important but not urgent tasks like exercise can be scheduled regularly, and the least important tasks can be minimized. This way, you will manage your time better and keep stress at bay. In short, prioritize the urgent and important tasks first, schedule the important but not urgent one consistently, and minimize the time spent on the least important tasks. That approach will help you stay calm and keep stress at bay. It's all about focusing on what truly matters first and then fitting in the rest as time allows. If you keep that mindset, it will definitely make your sessions and daily life a lot smoother. I think you understand now how to manage the time. Very simple. आपको अपने टाइम को तीन पार्ट में डिवाइड करना है। एक, वो काम जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, बहुत अर्जेंट है। दूसरा, इंपॉर्टेंट है लेकिन अर्जेंट नहीं है। और तीसरा, ना तो अर्जेंट है ना इंपॉर्टेंट है। अब आप देखिए अक्सर होता क्या है, हम पहले वो काम कर रहे होते हैं जो ना तो इंपॉर्टेंट है ना अर्जेंट है, जैसे कि रील्स देखना, टीवी देखना, नेटफ्लिक्स पे सीरीज देखना। अब उससे होता क्या है कि जब हमने काम अपना लीस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट को पहले दे दिया, मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट के लिए टाइम बचता ही नहीं है और फिर हम स्ट्रेस में आ जाते हैं। देखिए माइंड, मेरी एक बात हमेशा याद रखिएगा, जिंदगी सबको मिलती है वक्त बदलने के लिए। जिंदगी सबको मिलती है वक्त बदलने के लिए, पर वक्त दोबारा नहीं मिलता जिंदगी बदलने के लिए। इसलिए अपने टाइम को बेटर मैनेज कीजिए और स्ट्रेस फ्री रहिए। एंड अनदर वन इज, माय डियर, another way to reduce stress is to set your clear limits. Yes, my dear, set your clear limits. Sometimes we don't realize our own boundaries and that can lead to stress. For example, if you are juggling multiple tasks at work, it's important to know when to say no or to delegate. That way, you don't overextend yourself. Setting these limits help keep you calm and focused. Yes, my dear, we have to set clear limits. For instance, an employee who takes on too many projects without communicating their capacity might end up stressed and burnout. By setting boundaries like clear working hours or saying no to extra tasks, they can maintain a healthier balance and reduce stress. Okay, take example of a homemaker. A homemaker who tries to handle everything from cooking and cleaning to taking care of children without settling limits might quickly become overburdened. By settling clear boundaries like assigning specific time for rest or asking for help with certain tasks, the homemaker can prevent burnout and maintain a more balanced and stress-free routine. It's all about recognizing limits and making sure not to overextend. This is way you can alter the this is how you can alter the situation. Now we're coming to the third A. Third is again very important, adapting to stressor. Yes, my dear, adapting to stressor can be helped by practicing gratitude. Often we focus on what we lack, like not having a certain car or a dream job, and that lead to stress. But if we start focusing on what we have, like our health, our family, and the little joys in life, we can reduce that stress. For example, keeping a gratitude journal where you write down things you are thankful for each day can shift your mindset. Over time, these practices help you appreciate what you have and keep stress at the bay. माय डियर, हमारे पास बहुत कुछ होता है, लेकिन हम दुखी होते हैं सिर्फ उसके लिए जो हमारे पास नहीं है। अगर हम ये ग्रेटिट्यूड प्रैक्टिस करना शुरू करें, उस मालिक को शुक्र करें, उसने हमें उतना कुछ दिया जिसके हम काबिल भी नहीं थे, हमें वहां तक ले आया जहां तक हम पहुंच सकते ही नहीं थे। लेकिन हम क्या कर रहे हैं, जो हमारे पास है उसके लिए शुक्राना नहीं करते, और जो नहीं है उसके लिए हमेशा परेशान रहते हैं। वो कहते हैं ना, कौन है इस दुनिया में जिसमें कमी नहीं है? कौन है इस दुनिया में जिसमें कमी नहीं है? आसमां के पास भी तो जमीन नहीं है। तो माय डियर, प्रैक्टिस ग्रेटिट्यूड, ये आपके स्ट्रेस को जरूर कम करेगा। एंड देन माय डियर, एडजस्ट योर स्टैंडर्ड। यस माय डियर, एडजस्ट योर स्टैंडर्ड। The idea is that sometime we set our expectation or standard so high that it becomes difficult to meet them, and that lead to stress. For instance, if someone always aim for perfection in everything, whether it's their work, their appearance, or even their home, they might constantly feel overburdened. On the other hand, by adjusting our standard to be more realistic and flexible, we can reduce that pressure. For example, a student who sets a more balanced study schedule rather than trying to ace every single exam will likely feel less stressed. Similarly, someone who said that it's okay not to be perfect in every aspect of life will find it easier to stay calm and content. तो प्लीज एडजस्ट योर स्टैंडर्ड। हर समय हर जगह परफेक्शन नहीं मिल सकती, हमें कहीं ना कहीं एडजस्ट करना पड़ेगा, और जितना हम एडजस्ट करेंगे उतना हमारा जो स्ट्रेस है वो कम होता चला जाएगा। एंड द नेक्स्ट, focus on the big picture. Yes, my dear, the idea of focusing on big picture is about keeping your long-term goal in mind so that smaller setbacks don't overwhelm you. For example, if you are preparing for a competitive exam, you might have to put a lot of hard work and long hours of study. But by keeping your eyes on your ultimate goal, like passing the exam and building a successful career, you won't get too stressed over daily challenges or minor obstacles. Another example could be in a workplace setting. If you are working on a big project, rather than getting bogged down by small setbacks like a delayed meeting or a minor error, you keep your focus on the final outcome, such as successful completion of your project and the positive impact it will have. So, this is, my dear, in a sense, when you focus on the bigger goal, the smaller issues become less significant, and that help keep stress at bay. And next, the idea of creating an asset column. Yes, my dear, create your asset column. The idea of creating an asset column is about focusing on all the positive aspects of your life, which helps shift your mindset and reduce stress. Essentially, every day you take note of everything you have that's positive, from your health, your family, your job, to the supportive environment around you. For example, a teacher might list the joy of helping students learn, the respect they earn from their community, and the satisfaction of making a difference in young lives. Another example could be someone in corporate job who appreciate their supportive colleagues, the opportunities for growth, and their stable income. In another scenario, a homemaker might list the warmth of family gathering, the comfort of cozy home, and the love and the support from the friends. Even someone who's facing challenges like health issue can focus on the progress they have made, the care they receive, and the small victories along the way. So these things, my dear, help to reduce the stress. By maintaining these asset column daily, you constantly remind yourself of the positivity in your life, which help keep stress in perspective and foster a more grateful and peaceful mindset. Now we come into the fourth A. Again, it's a very, very important. Accept the things you can't change. Yes, my dear, sometimes we have to accept the things which we can't change. First of all, please learn to forgive. When we hold on to anger or resentment, it only weighs us down. For example, imagine a scenario where a friend hurt you by a thoughtless comment. If you hold on to that hurt, it keeps you stressed and upset. But if you choose to forgive, you let go of that burden and you free your mind from negativity. Other example could be in a family setting. If a family member wrongs you and you hold on up to that grudge, it can create tension and stress. But by practicing forgiveness, you allow peace to return and you maintain healthier relationship. माय डियर प्लीज रिमेंबर, जब किसी को हम प्यार करते हैं वो हमारे दिल में होता है, लेकिन जब हम किसी से नफरत करते हैं वो हमारे दिमाग में होता है। तो आपके साथ अगर किसी ने कुछ बुरा किया, उसको माफ कर दीजिए, अपने दिमाग में जो बिठा रखा है वहां से उतार दीजिए, नहीं तो वो आपको आराम से रहने नहीं देगा, परेशान करेगा, हर समय वो चीज वो बात आपको तंग करेगी। तो प्लीज लर्न टू फॉरगिव एंड देन लर्न फ्रॉम योर मिस्टेक। कौन जिंदगी में गलतियां नहीं करता? द एसेंस ऑफ लर्निंग फ्रॉम मिस्टेक इज टू सी देम एज अपॉर्चुनिटी for growth rather than reason for stress. For instance, imagine you are learning a new skill like cooking. You might burn a dish once, and that can be frustrating. But instead of dwelling on that mistake, you can see it as a learning experience. Next time, you will know to lower the heat or adjust the cooking time. Another example could be in a workplace setting. Let's say you make a small error in a report. Instead of stressing over it, you can use it as a chance to improve your attention to detail and avoid repeating it in the future. आपने गलती की है, आप उस गलती से सीखिए, आगे बढ़िए, और इवन ऑन ए लाइटर नोट, थिंक अबाउट लर्निंग टू राइड ए बाइक. Falling off is a part of process, but each fall teaches you something new and eventually lead to success. जब साइकिल चलाना सीखा था, बाइक चलाना सीखा था, कितनी बार गिरे थे, लेकिन हर गलती से हमने सीखा और हम पहले से बेटर बने. In a sense, every mistake is a stepping stone to becoming better. By learning from them and not dwelling on them, we keep stress at bay and grow stronger and wiser. And next, practice positive self-talk. The idea of positive self-talk is all about treating yourself with kindness and encouragement. For example, start by having a me time where you appreciate yourself, acknowledge your worth. For instance, if you are a teacher, remind yourself of the positive impact you have on your student. Or if you are a homemaker, celebrate the small victories like a delicious meal you prepared. Also, don't forget to give yourself a hug. Yes, my dear, I always tell you there must be a me time. And in me time, there must be aha moment. Aha moment, first A, appreciate yourself. And H, hug yourself. We hug everybody, but we never hug ourselves. Please hug yourself. Take a moment to appreciate who you are and the effort you put in every day. For example, if you are working hard on a project, take a moment to acknowledge your dedication and progress. And lastly, last A, appreciate yourself for the thing you do. If even if others don't always notice. For example, if you are completed a task at home or manage to keep your home cozy and welcoming, give yourself that pat on the back. Why not? Yes, I'm doing well. Hmm, yes, why not? Appreciate yourself. Usually, what happens, we always expect from others. Others come and appreciate us, but we forget to appreciate ourselves. So please, there must be aha moment, me time, and then you practice positive talk. Always say positive about you. Positive about you. In a sense, by practicing positive self talk, you create a supportive inner environment that helps keep stress away and boost your overall well being. The key idea here is that now, next is don't try to control uncontrollable. Last tip is don't try to control uncontrollable. The key idea here is that trying to control things that are beyond your influence only adds stress. For example, when it comes to our children, they have their own personalities, preferences, choices. If we try to control every aspect of their lives, we end up feeling frustrated and stressed because we can't control their decision. Instead, it's often better to guide and support them while allowing them to space to grow and make their own choices. Similarly, in relationship, trying to control a spouse or anyone else can create tension and distance. Instead of controlling, it's healthier to communicate openly, set boundaries, and accept that not everything can be controlled. This approach helps reduce stress and fosters healthier, more peaceful relationships. In short, by letting go of the need to control the uncontrollable, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and allow for more peace and harmony in our lives. Already, all right, everyone. So we have covered the key ways to reduce stress today, including the 4A theory. I hope you found it helpful and insightful as we wrap up this session. Remember, if you have any question or need any clarification, feel free to ask. I'm here to help. And now I'm coming to the is Upasana ma'am. If you are coming for the poll question, please.
Thank you so much, sir. We move onwards to our last poll question for today's session. Which of the four A's do you use most often to manage stress? The options are avoid, accept, adapt, and alter. Already 129 votes have been registered, 34% of which is accept. Now, avoid is rising in its number. I think avoid and accept has a close competition with each other. That is good. The final result for the poll is 35% of people said they avoid, 32% of the people said they accept, 25% of the people said they adopt, and only 8% said they alter.
Great, wonderful. If there
Thank
is any query from the audience, any question, any doubt,
For the interest of time, if anyone has any questions, they can always forward it to us and we can take them up later. I want to thank you, sir, for this wonderful session. And thank you all for joining the session. I hope you find the session helpful.
thank you,
Thank you so
ma'am.
much. If you have registered and filled out the feedback form for this session, check your participation record in the app in the My Learning section. I will guide you through the instruction. Step 1, open the Center app on your device. Step 2, navigate to the ongoing webinar section. Step 3, click on Submit Feedback. Please note that this option will be available at 6 p.m. Step 4, at the end of the session, we will share a 4-digit code required for feedback. Enter this code to access the feedback 1159. I repeat, the code to access the feedback form is 1159. Step 5, complete the feedback form and you will be able to download your record of participation instantly. I will now repeat the steps. If you have missed it, please follow. If you have registered and filled out the feedback form for this session, check your participation record in the app in the My Learning section. Step 1, open the Center app on your device. Step 2, navigate to the ongoing webinar section. Step 3, click on Submit Feedback. Step 4, at the end of the session, we will share a 4-digit code required for feedback. Enter this code to access the feedback form 1159. I repeat, the code to access the feedback form is 1159. Step 5, complete the feedback form and you will be able to download your record of participation instantly. This new process was introduced to streamline your experience and ensure your participation is instantly recognized. Syntax has been thoughtfully restructured around themes aligned with center standards that are globally recognized and widely acknowledged. This updated structure will be implemented starting from the first week of March. Educators who are interested in facilitating CENTALKs are warmly invited to visit center.org/about us to explore the competencies and standards. You may also propose topics and key takeaways by writing to us at team@center.org. And our team will help you in aligning to the structured theme and competencies. Our team will be happy to review and connect with you based on the themes planned for each week. We look forward to meaningful collaborations and shared learning experiences. Thank you, all of you, for your active participation in today's session.